everyone, and welcome or welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nissa, and today we have another lemur for you. I promise we have this one and then the next one going up later today, and then we are done with the lemurs. Unless the modders makes more lemurs, because there's a lot of them out there. The common brown lemur, let's face it, it sounds like the most boring lemur out there, but there actually comes in a lot of different variation. We have two on the picture here, and even though it's the same lemur, they are quite different. One of them have this very dark patch here, one of them have this kind of mid dividing where it's have this light color around here. I also saw some very grayish brown. I saw one a little more reddish, not red color, but a little more reddish brown. And a lot of different colorations and a lot of different drawings on them, honestly, especially in the face. So they aren't that boring just because it's the common brown lemur. However, it is a lemur made by Leaf and Squatch. I'm not sure. I'm never gonna figure that one out. However, we are gonna figure out how this mod works and how good it is today. Hopefully. Again, keep in mind, everything I say in here is my own opinion. I can compare them to other things I've seen, and I can talk a little bit about them, but the only one who decides which mod you use is exactly you. If I don't like something you like, then please go ahead and use them if you want to, and the same the other way. If there's something you don't like that I really like, then I will also like to be free to use them anyway. And that's just how it is. I'm just gonna throw them out here, say what I want, and show them off to you, because it can be a lot confusing to figure out how to find different mods in Nexus, and it can also be very difficult to figure out which one exactly I want. I want a lemur, but which one? And at this point we have, I think I made them for 8 days, so we have 16 of them at this point, and that doesn't count for the ones that aren't updated for the newer updates. So we have a lot to do with mods, and I don't make them, I only talk about them. But I really have the highest respect for everyone who makes mods, also the better mods, because honestly, there's just so many beautiful animals out there, and we can't show them all up at once, but we can goddamn right try to. They are vulnerable, and the population in the wild is unknown, as we have seen with multiple of these lemurs. They are also from Madagascar, and they are also tropical animals. They need 20 square meters of land for one adult and 15 climbable, and they live from 14 to 42 degrees Celsius. You need a grade 4, keep in mind grade 4, climb proof fence, at least 9.9 feet, that's just around 3 meters. And going over here, we have the same as the rest of most of the other lemurs here. So we have group sizes from 2 to 16, only one male if there are mixed, but otherwise clean. No dominance, they are promiscuous, neutral around humans, and yes, guests can enter the habitat. They have a 12-inch body and 24-inch tall. I think that's the length without tail. Again, they become way taller than they are long when they stand, when you count it without tail. They live for around 19 years and weigh around 6 pounds. That will be around 3 kilos. They reach sexual maturity at age 2. That's actually later than some of the others and before some of the others, so maybe in the middle. They can reproduce until they die, and they will give between 1 and 4 offspring every year and be pregnant for 3 months. They should be about average to get to reproduce in captivity. Jumping over here, we have the lemurs from the game. Again, Leaf, when you have a finger in all of these lemurs, I think there's only one that you didn't have a finger in. Please give them interspecies enrichment with each other. I know you can do that because you have done it with other animals. Anyway, they are lemurs, so they use the lemur enrichment. You can just go to the habitat and write lemur. I will say though, some of them, when they just lay there, if you don't get in close and can see it as a lemur, it could also just look like poop from a bigger animals. I actually saw that with some of the other lemurs as well. It's just something I noticed that kind of frustrates me a little bit, but that's how they look when they lay there. So again, nothing the modders did wrong. It's just frustrates me that it is like that. We have the rubber ducky, all three of the small balls, the mirror thingy, sprinkler thingy, cardboard boxes, block of ice, and the piano thingy. Then we have the small fixed roller feeder. We have the restrained forester, the spike tree, and the block of frozen fruit, and the forester feeder. Now, I think we have different colorations, but I'm not sure if it's gendered. But okay, when I look at the pictures here, it seems very gendered. So we put a female down and a male down, and I think it's the only two colorations we have in here because I have seen two. Here you can see the male appears darker. And the face itself, here we have this very light part here, which make the face appear a little bit bigger than it is. And keep in mind we have that little dark spot there. I mean, here it's very different. It appears smaller, but I think it's mainly because we have the darker part up here and only the light appeared here. The lightness go down on the belly, and here you can see that middle part in the middle. It doesn't seem that this one had it. There's also the middle part here, but you can see the entire whiteness, not the whiteness, but the wideness of the face. It seems more wide when it have more white. That sounded so weird. Anyway, here we have this very pale brownish color here, and over here we have this more deepened darker color. Okay, can you see the issue with the tail here? It's just, sorry, I wouldn't say it's bad because we have seen worse on this channel. But this could have been done better, to be honest. Does the other one have the same? Yeah, but it's not as prominent as it is on the male over there. However, the texture itself of the fur here looks beautiful. It kind of looks like those bunny tails you can buy for, like, I think it was a 90 thing to do to have a bunny tail on your bike or something like that. So the texture overall is very good. And again, lemurs have this kind of unique mushy kind of hair structure where it's very thick and clumpy, the fur, compared to some other monkeys and apes we normally would compare them to. Again, texture here is just fine, but going down here we get the same issue, which I find is actually very sad. The eyes is just as crazy as they should be. Yeah, I have mixed feelings, to be honest, about this mod. There's something that's really good, there's something that isn't that good, but again, we have seen so much worse. I do like how it's one of the lemurs where you can actually pinpoint the ears. Like you can see them dangling. On most lemurs, you can't see which way the ears turn. Here you can actually see them hanging, which I do like, and it is it is actually a unique lemur, even though it is the common brown lemur, but it is still a different lemurs, because a lot of the other lemurs have something crazy about them. This crazy beard or crazy white and black color is actually kind of crazy in the animal world overall, just saying. We have the ringed lemur that have this quite unique, very short hair to them compared to other lemurs, and that makes the common brown lemur actually stand out in this way. It's also a lemur where the males and females actually also roughly bear the same colors and drawings compared to other lemurs where we have completely different genders. Here they are very more difficult to pinpoint. However, they are made on the lemur rig, so of course everything that works for the lemurs from the game works for them. Again, we have a flying lemur here. It's the game. It's not the mod. It's not the mod at all. It is the game. Keep that in mind. We should have some babies. We have 13 babies to choose from, so we're gonna take the youngest here. The Manantina, something like that, and she's 1.6 years old. I do believe the babies only have one color. Again, not sure. But here you can see it's basically just a smaller version of the adult. I wouldn't say when we go through here, this might look like a baby, but it's not. That's just a male. It's actually hard to pinpoint where the babies is. This is adult. This is a baby. So I think they just have maybe the coloration is a slight difference, but again, they were at the sprinkler, so that may have something to do with it. So I don't think there are babies here. I don't think they made any babies. It's just like, it's all just adults. Even though they are listed as babies, they use the same animals as the adults. So if you want to look at babies, this won't be the way to do it. You can see it also over here. Again, we have those darkers in between. I think all of the darker ones here are males, but if it's the lemur or just a choice by the mother, I'm not sure, but a lot of lemurs have gendered colors, so it would make sense. But here you can see we have babies in between, but it's just, this is a juvenile, a juvenile, adult. You can see you can't really see it, so it depends what you want. If you just want a lot of lemurs running around, then that's fine. If you want the babies, you won't get that here. So again, you decide what's important for you in a mod, and you know the drill, guys. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys.